Hey, sorry, my camera cut off. Apparently, it only allowed us to talk for like 7 minutes. But anyway, yeah, they don't always understand how you're feeling sometimes. They can't always see, the different things that you feel. And that can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming when you're trying to explain yourself. And I know myself personally, there's times when I feel like I spend majority of my energy trying to get better, and the other half of my energy just trying to defeat those negative comments, to constantly remind yourself that it's okay to be who you are. It's okay that you're going through this. It's not your fault. And for me, it's learning that I can trust God, and I have to trust God every single day, because every single day is something different, something new. And I mean, it really is isolating at times, and I know a lot of you, it's sad because I know some people who have gone through this and it's taken them years to find a solution, and I'm grateful that mine took. I'm now I'm 10 months later, and we already know that I have vestibular migraines. They already knew about my ears, the fluid on my ears. We already found out I have a genetic condition that's causing my deafness. And then now they even suspect that I maybe have another vestibular disorder. One in particular that they're going to be testing me for is Meniere's right now, but they know that there's something else going on other than just the few things that they've already diagnosed me with. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, but at least I am somewhere in my walk where they know more about what's going on with my situation. And my heart goes out to you guys who have sat there and fought for years and have gone through, different doctors and still, did not have anyone to, believe them. I'm grateful. My ENT, I've had him for over 2 years now, and so when my situation, after they did my surgery and put the tubes in my ears, and it was like 3 days later, I called them and I said, I'm still having vertigo. We automatically knew that there's more going on to the situation than just what I was experiencing. So I'm grateful for that, because I've had a wonderful ENT, and I recommend them all the time to anybody. But I'm grateful because of that. But there are so many of you guys out there who have not had that support, who have not had, who have not had doctors that believe them, who have fought, and I can't imagine what you're going through. Because I know myself, just in the few months that I've battled this is isolating, and you spend so much of your energy just trying to get well. And to have all that negativity all the time, it is very sad, and it's confusing sometimes. I've posted other videos about this, the 5 things you can't tell that's going on with me at the moment, because I want people to understand that just because someone looks a certain way does not mean that that's how they are. This whole week, even though I was feeling horrible, and I had those migraines for like 5 days, I went to work every single day, and I powered through it. Granted, I'm only working about 15 hours a week right now, but I'm grateful that I've been able to do that. And yeah, I'm grateful. I've been able to work right now. I'm going to continue to work as long as I can, but I still have a long journey ahead. And some of this stuff isn't going to change, and some of the stuff that is going to heal is not going to heal overnight. So the more information I find out, the more I'll know what I'll be able to do, and to what extent I'll be able to continue. to work and to what field I'll end up having to go into if I can continue to working. But that's another stressful situation on its own, because you take in those effects that not only do you have these negative comments coming from people, and it's probably the people that you care about the most, and maybe not the people that live with you, because obviously they do get to see some of the physical symptoms that these vestibular disorders cause. But in any situation, some of the chronic illnesses out there are still they're invisible to people. And the only ones that really truly understand what you're going through sometimes are just the people that you live with. And God. God understands everything. He sees everything. He knows your thoughts. So talk to him. But whatever you're facing, I just hope that you have the support system. And yeah, I was gonna say the negativity that I've faced is, like you have those negative comments of people that they say things to you that they don't always understand the situation. Sometimes you may come across as being lazy, or they don't understand why you can't just sleep it off, why you can't get better in 2 weeks from now or whatever, and you just can't. It's scientifically impossible at the moment, but with God's help, I will get better. I will heal. I just may not heal in the way that people think that I'm going to heal. Sometimes God's healing is teaching you how to cope with your present situation. And that way you do heal. You heal by learning how to adjust to what's going on around you. And I'm grateful because I am slowly doing that. I've been able to work for the past 3 weeks now, which for most people, they're like, yeah, that's no big deal. But for me, that's a huge accomplishment. I haven't had to call in for like 3 weeks, and I am excited about that, because that means, what we're doing, the strict regimen is slowly working, and maybe I can get back to, eventually gradually increasing it. Maybe not up to like 30 hours a week, or 40 hours a week, but maybe, just a little bit more. But that's also going to depend on, these other tests that they're going to run, and, what they expect, what they, want me to do. I'm going to follow the advice of the doctors too. But yeah, as I was saying, facing all those negative comments, and then, having to cut your work schedule down, and now you're stressing about money, and there's a lot of stressors. And that alone can trigger, that anxiety, that depression, and you're dealing with that, and plus you're dealing with the negativity of people, and then you're learning how to re-deal with the whole situation that you've been presented with. Like for myself, I struggle with walking for long periods of time. I can't go into Walmart without my legs stopping, or they forget what they're supposed to do. My brain and my ears can't communicate like they used to. So for me, it's learning how to make those adjustments. And then when I do go to Walmart, because I hate trying to call people to go run and do something for me. I'm trying to still do it myself. But I have to be like, make it a 10-minute trip. Like go in, get what I gotta get, and get out before it becomes to the point where I can't walk, without, using a wheelchair or something. Like, I just have to be quick about it, as quick as I can without falling. But yeah, I'm learning how to deal with it, and I'm okay, because God's got this. And if you're going through this, I pray that you believe in God, and if you don't, and if you don't, you can reach out if you want to get to know more about Jesus. I'm willing to talk. But even if you don't, just starting small starting with affirmations is another good thing, and you don't have to be, doesn't, I mean, for me, it's a Christian's perspective, but you can use affirmations that don't necessarily have to be based around the Bible all the time. So, those are just, some of my suggestions, I guess, and how I'm trying to deal with it. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I struggle some days, and I try to make this as uplifting as possible, because this battle is not an easy one. And it's, even if it is another type of situation you're going through, maybe, you're dealing with fibromyalgia or lupus or whatever, and nobody understands what you're going through. Everyone's situation is different, and hopefully, by prayer and communication and reaching out to support groups and stuff like that there's a lot online if you're not good with face-to-face communication, but just reaching out to people and being able to tell your story, being able to share with each other, that community, that sense of belonging again, because there's at times where you feel, given my personal experience, that I don't feel like I belong anymore, or belong anywhere anymore, because in my situation, I'm kind of caught between two worlds, and it's a hearing world and I'm not totally deaf, but I'm hard of hearing, so I don't always understand what people are saying. And especially when there's a lot of communication going on, I get lost very quickly in conversations, because I'm trying to follow the conversations with my eyes, which it can be funny at times, but it is also stressful, and it does wear you out. But it's called cognitive fatigue, and it's because you get all these sounds around you, and maybe it's conversations, and you're trying to follow them with your eyes and listen with your ears, and you kind of brain overload, because you're trying to do more than one thing. Not only are you trying to understand the actual conversation, you're trying to hear what they're saying that makes the sounds, when your ears don't understand that anymore. Both of my cochleas are damaged, so anyone that's experienced deafness probably understands what I'm talking about. When there's a lot of background noise, you can't always understand what people are saying. You can make out sounds, but you can't understand the actual words that are being spoken. And then you're trying to follow with your eyes, and it can make for some very funny conversations, because the conversations get mixed up. But it also can make you very tired very fast, because you're trying to follow the conversations with different people with your eyes, and you're trying to listen with your ears. So, and that's just, some of the things that I've dealt with. Every situation is different. If you want to do a collab with me, just let me know. I have my email linked I think it's under the About section. Like, my email's linked down there if you want to do a collab with me. But yeah, I just want to, spread awareness about different things. And if you are suffering from something else, it doesn't have to be a vestibular problem. If there's something else and you want to collab with me, I want to cover different illnesses other than just what I personally go through, because I believe everyone's story needs to be out there, and bring awareness to everything that people deal with. That way we have a better understanding of each person's situation, and maybe we can get rid of some of this stereotypes and this judgment that goes on with each one of these. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching my channel, and I'm sorry that my phone cut out on us earlier, but goodbye for now.